I hope everybody is doing well as you're staying at home and doing your online learning. If there's anything you need or any questions you have, feel free to contact me at any time. I posted the remind information so you can text me through it if you want on the part 1 of the assignment. And also you can message me through Schoology because I'm pretty much on it all day long while it's working. If it doesn't work for some reason when you're trying to do your assignment, no worries, we will figure it out. So let's get started with adverbs, our next part of speech. All right, what is an adverb? An adverb is another type of describing word. Remember, adjectives describe nouns and pronouns. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. And a hint, 90% of adverbs end in ly, and then you have about 10% that are a few words that do not. How do you find an adverb in the sentence? If it's going to be an adverb, then it's going to answer it'll answer one of these following questions. It'll tell you how something is being done, it'll tell you when it's being done, where, or how often. If it doesn't answer one of those 4 questions, guess what? It's not an adverb. Okay, so that's an easy way to figure that out. This is just some examples of adverbs. Okay, there are your how adverbs right here in this first column, and you have easily, happily. How did he laugh? He laughed happily, or he laughed loudly. Or how often something is done. It's always happening, it never happens, often, seldom, those types of things. When is it being done? After or before, now, since. And then where, away from here, everywhere, inside, outside, there. Those are adverbs. And here's an example down at the bottom. The boy plays the drums loudly. How is he playing the drums? Loudly. So there's an adverb describing the verb of the sentence, which is plays. All right, so here is an example of an adverb describing a verb. Susie ran quickly across the finish line. Quickly is our adverb because it's describing how Susie ran. How she ran? She ran quickly. If you just tell me she ran across the finish line, okay, she ran. But if you tell me she ran quickly, that paints a little bit of a different picture. It just gives a little bit more detail so that you can better visualize what's going on in the sentence. All right, so there's an adverb describing a verb. All right, so now we have an adverb describing another adverb. Susie ran very quickly across the finish line. So I kept my regular sentence. So quickly is telling me how she ran. Well, how quickly did she run? Very quickly. So there is an adverb, very, describing another adverb, quickly. So now you have an even different picture of her running, that she is probably sprinting or kicked it in gear because, oh, she sees that finish line and she is going to finish strong. So all adverbs do is they add more emphasis and paint a different picture for you in the sentence and give you more detail of what is going on. And then we have an adverb describing an adjective. Okay, Susie is extremely talented. Notice I have my is. There's my linking verb. It's linking Susie to being talented. Okay, how talented is Susie? She's extremely talented. How she be? She be talented. How talented she be? Extremely. So extremely is the adverb here that's describing talented. Talent is the adjective that is describing Susie. So there's an example of an adverb describing an adjective. Okay, so now let's get into what you're going to do for your assignment. Your job is to write a creative story. When you look at the directions in Part 3 on Schoology, it's going to tell you 1 to 2 paragraphs. 1 paragraph, 1 short little story is totally fine. It does not have to be something huge or long. Just create a small little story, a small little scenario of some kind, and you need to use 3 adverbs within your story that you create. Okay, and you need to underline them so that I can see them and they stand out. Now, you can do this assignment on a sheet of paper. If that is easy for you, then because with all the Schoology issues going on, by all means, write it on a sheet of paper. Just when you take a picture of it, hold it up above it so that I can actually see it, because if you take it at an angle, it's hard to read it. That way, when I grade it, I can see it. That's one option. Another option is I'm going to try and post this with a Google Doc so that you could click on the doc and just type your paragraph there and then submit it. But again, Google and Schoology are not talking to each other very well right now, so I don't know if that'll work. So that's an option for you. Your third option would be to just go ahead and click in the updates, like you're sending me a message in Schoology. Okay, send me a message in Schoology and type your paragraph in the message and send it to me through Schoology that way. That's a very easy way. If you take a picture, send it to Schoology through a message to me, because then I get it and I can grade it a whole lot easier that way than for you to email it to my school email. Just put it into Schoology for me. Again, your three options: paper, take a picture, do it on the Google Doc if it'll let you, or go ahead and type it in a Schoology message to send to me. If you do the picture thing, because you do it on paper, send that to me in a Schoology message. Okay? Again, the directions will also be in part 3 of Schoology. I will not be talking to you there. You'll just see them written, but you'll have everything you need. If you have any questions, let me know. But this is adverbs, our next part of speech that we are going to talk about. I hope that you have a great day, and I will see you next week.